Well, happy Friday, manifestors. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good midnight, wherever in the world you currently are manifesting from. I send you good manifesting vibes. I send you love and light and life and peace. And know that if your name shows up regularly, in the comment feed, if your name shows up regularly on the likes and the loves, know that I whisper prayers for you. Know that I send you manifesting energy because one can put 1,000 to flight, two can put 10,000 to flight. Because where two or three are gathered, because do y'all need me to keep going on? Yes, we can manifest and create on our own. I'm clear about that. I'm certain about that. But when we share manifesting love, when we share joy, when we share positive energy and amazing vibes, it increases our ability. Collective energy is so powerful. So that's why I say I send you love, I send you manifesting energy. It's also why I say send me some when you first come on, like whether it's the live connection or whether you watch on the replay, let the hearts fly. To me, that's symbolic of I'm sending you love, you sending me love. When you join and something is said that touches your heart, encourages your spirit, gives you an aha revelation, gives you confirmation, lets you know right that you on the right track. Let the hearts and the thumbs up, the likes fly because it means we're standing in agreement. It means we're sending to each other love and light and manifesting energy. And again, we can do it individually, but collectively it's so powerful. So today I want to connect with you on this whole notion of always knowing, right? And I'm talking about you've heard people say you can you make you look Walona on Good Times you can say, or maybe it was Florida. One of them used to say you can fool some of the people some of the time, and all of the people all of the time, but you can't fool your mama none of the time. Well, such is the same when you're dealing with experts, right? But what I want to connect with you on is instead of fooling people and staying in the same place you're in, understand that you have the power to do what's necessary. And if you're not doing it, to reprogram your mind so that you can exhibit the behavior necessary to produce the outcomes that you desire. So if you know somebody who wants to more clearly understand and use their power to create and their manifesting power, won't you go ahead and tag them? Miss Wallace, I appreciate you tagging Miss Martin on yesterday. When we stand together, we can continue to manifest what we want for ourselves and for those that we love. So tag somebody, share it to your page, let it show up on your page, send it to somebody in Messenger, share it in a group that you manage. I always share it in the Mindset Management and Manifesting with Mercedes group because I want more people to know and understand. If you're not a member of that group, go ahead and join now. Go ahead and join now. So we always know, you know, but we always know and you know. So I know that there have been times in my life where I was going through a rough patch, where I was having experiences that were less than what I knew was supposed to be my experience, where I was producing less than I desired to produce, where I was just in like a crazy situation. And when it gets to the point where I just feel like I need some intervention, I call one of the greatest prayer warriors I know, and that is my mama. And every single time, I promise y'all, every single time I call her, she'll pray, but either before she prays or after she prays, she will always say, "Are you doing all that you know to do? Are you doing all that you know to do?" And as I've aged in my spiritual belief, as I've become more seasoned in my knowledge and ability to use my power. I hope y'all can't hear my lawn people because they're doing a good job on the lawn, but they're having a good time talking to. If you hear them, don't worry about it. But as I have increased my capacity to deliberately use my power right, the truth is I can almost trace back to where the train might have jumped the track, or I can almost trace back to where I'm driving in the wrong gear, or I can almost trace back to where what's normal for my existence to produce at the level that I produce and manifest at the magnitude that I manifest, where I have done less than, not enough, or nothing at all on that specific situation. So be clear, as I've become more seasoned, and my mom asked me that question, I almost believe she already knows the answer before she even asked me. Before she even asked me, "Are you doing all that you know to do?" She already knows the answer is most likely no. Now, y'all be clear. There are exceptions to the rule, right? And the exceptions to the rule occur when something is going on and it is honestly beyond your capacity and beyond your control. We're not talking about those situations. We're talking about the situations where you're saying one thing and you're doing another. And be clear, because my mom has such a keen spiritual insight, she knows before she asks me. Y'all, it's the exact same thing when you go to the eye doctor. I used to have a colleague, still a good friend of mine, who was the office manager at this organization where I work. And her pastor is an ophthalmologist, eye doctor, optometrist. One of them, but she stopped going to him after she found out that the eye doctor can look in your eyes and know your extracurricular activities. Are y'all with me? The eye doctor can look in your eyes. I got a good girlfriend who has a church member who had a issue with one of the arteries in her neck. Now, notice what I just did. Now, let me tell y'all something. I was about to say with one of the arteries in her neck and point to my neck, but I didn't. I said she had a problem with one of the arteries in her neck. Let me take a quick side street. Whenever you're talking about illnesses and ailments, your words, verbal and nonverbal, they make a difference, y'all. So when you're talking about illnesses and ailments, point away from you and not to you, right? When you're giving examples of things going awry, use an imaginary person. If you want to use John Doe or Jane Doe, use John Doe or Jane Doe. Never use your name. Never use your family member's name. Never use somebody who's close to you or connected to you, because In the laws of the universe, there is no delineation between what is true and what is false. There is no delineation in you giving an example of something and something actually being. Whenever you're talking about a diagnosis, many people will say like the word MY and then diabetes, pronoun diabetes, pronoun cancer, pronoun heart attack. And so when you say the word my, it's ownership. When you say the word his, it's ownership. When you say hers, it's ownership. And so anytime you take ownership of something, you can't see my hands, but they were like this and I turned them like this. But anytime there is ownership of something, it means it resides with you, it's going to stay with you, or you're calling it back to you. You might have been diagnosed with diabetes, but stop saying MY and the diagnosis. What you say is the diabetes or the diagnosis of. Instead of saying pronoun and the word cancer, you say the diagnosis, because when you don't take ownership of something, that means it's going back to where it was. And be clear. Y'all know the etymology of words, the creation of concepts, like that's my passion and my profession. And so what I want you to know, both scientifically and spiritually, that anytime you're dealing with something that is something that you don't want to own, you don't want to experience, refrain from putting the word my in front of it. And maybe I'll do a whole nother conversation about that at another time. But for whether it's for you, for your children, for your parents, for your loved one, whoever it's about, y'all, be mindful of how you address repetitively and how you refer to something repetitively. So my good girlfriend had a church member who had one of the arteries in her neck that was clogged up. And she said that they said the doctor could have looked in her eyes and saw all that was going on in her neck. So the point is, you can tell the eye doctor that you're not doing whatever it is you truly doing. They can see it. You can tell the heart doctor, right, that you're not smoking, that you are exercising. They can listen to your lungs. They can listen to your heart and tell what you are and what you are not doing. You're not fooling anybody. You can't fool the experts. So when we say the seasoned know, whether it's spiritual or whether it's physical, whether it's medical or whether it's professional, the seasoned people in a specific industry, in a specific realm of focus, you can talk your head off and say what you want to say, but they always know. I'm telling you, I can always tell when I'm working with a manifester. Sometimes I call them on the carpet. Sometimes I just let them slide and say, hey, start doing this or start back doing this. Y'all, you can't tell me you good Christians is praying as much as you say you praying, and you as evil and disrespectful as you are. You can't tell me that you're practicing gratitude and staying away from negativity, and every single thing that happens that's contrary to what you desire, like you flipping off, you going out off the handle, you're acting out of character. You can't fool your trainer into thinking that you've been walking or you've been doing what they've been telling you to do, and you know you haven't. They might not call you on the carpet. They may not say, man, you telling a lie. They may not give it to you straight, no chaser, but be clear. The seasoned experts know. And so what I offer to you is there are things that you know to do that will make your life more peaceful, and you're just not doing it. There are things you know to do that would cause you to be more productive, and you're not doing it. Like, you're not doing it. You can find every reason. I don't know how I ended up way over here, but you can find every reason that gives an illustration of why you are not producing, why you are not peaceful, why you are not in the prosperous state that you desire to be. And be clear, you might be doing good in your life. But there are people who are doing good in comparison to everybody else, but they still know that they can be doing better. And wherever state you find yourself, if you know that you're not as prosperous, as productive, as peaceful as you desire to be, the question is, are you going to sprinkle that seasoning? Or are you just going to let life stay bland? I was at the facility doing some work this morning with my sports scientist and one of his athletes / employees. And she said, Mercedes, what do you do every day? Like, are you doing breathing techniques every day? Are you meditating every day? She said, because I notice that things happen, and whatever happens, whatever is said, you typically like maintain calm. You can usually read somebody based on their facial expression. She said, but I really don't see you responding with body language or facial expressions. You just kind of keep even keel and you go on. And so what I said to her is, I don't meditate every day. Meditation is not my thing, but if it's your thing, then do your thing. I don't do breath work daily or breathing work daily. It's not my thing. But if it's your thing, if it makes you more peaceful, if it makes you more productive, if it makes your soul feel prosperous, then you need to do it every day. I said, I don't do those things every day, but I do thought work every single day. Renew your mind how often? Daily. Transform your mind daily. All day, every day, you are either renewing or you are transforming. Whether you are intentional about it or not, whether you know it or not, whether it's to your benefit or to your detriment or not, all day, every day, you are either transforming or you are renewing. And one thing for me is that daily I do thought work. So when tumultuous situations come around, I don't have to get to a place of peace. I'm already in a place of peace. When situations come that for most people would cause the train to jump the track, I don't have to find the tools to help get the train back on the track. I've already been using the tools. So if you think about in the emergency room, if somebody has to go to the emergency room, now notice, circle back to what I said before. If you're just joining in, make sure you watch this conversation from the beginning, right? Okay, good. And let me know where you're manifesting from. City, state, country, continent. So if you circle back to the beginning of this conversation, where I was talking about if there's a diagnosis in a situation, notice I didn't say if somebody in my circle. I said if somebody, if you, right? Okay, you go back, you know what I'm talking about. So if you arrive or somebody arrives at the emergency room, it's an emergency to the people who have arrived. It is not an emergency to the doctors, the nurses, the people in the emergency room, because this is what they're trained to do. This is everyday life for them, right? If every single day you are not accustomed to dealing with illness and ailments and accidents, then when it occurs in your situation, if you're not mentally and emotionally prepared, then it causes you to act in a manner that may be less than what you desire. So then, just like the doctors, just like the nurses, just like the people in the emergency room, you daily prepare yourself for peace. But if by chance something other than peace shows up, you've already got the tools and you've been using them so that then you can keep your emotional wits about you. You have the emotional capacity, you have the mental acuity to respond in the current situation that you're in. And so this is why I say, if you're practicing peace, if you're doing gratitude lists, if you're praying and reading whatever gives you the food that your spiritual being needs, then when tumultuous situations arise, you're better able to make decisions, to have conversations, to verbally and non-verbally communicate in a manner that is professional, in a manner that maintains your personal relationships, in a manner that allows you to accomplish what needs to be accomplished without jeopardizing you and anybody else who is involved. And so when I say, we always know, whoever the expert is in that field, we always know, they always know. You always know. You know clearly, even in the midst of your excuse, even in the midst of your reason, even in the midst of whatsoever it is, you're entertaining in your head and allowing to come out of your mouth. The question becomes, when will you make the commitment to do the thought work that drives your behavior, that causes you to make the decisions and act in the manner that produces the outcomes that you desire, both in times of peace and times that's less than peace? I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it today. I'm going to say it every opportunity that I get to say it. Your subconscious mind is what drives your behavior. And so if your current behavior isn't producing the results that you want, then you've got to put something different in your subconscious mind. You gotta sprinkle the seasoning, and you gotta sprinkle the seasoning every single day so that you get the flavor that you want and the flavor that you desire. I told you yesterday, I'm going to tell you today, and I'm going to tell you every opportunity that I get. You have the power to create in your life all the peace, all the prosperity, all the health, all the everything that you desire. But will you make the decision to do it today and to do it all the days of your life? Or will you always be going to the expert saying, this is where I am, this is what I'm contending with, and this is what I need to change? Make the decision to use your power every day. All right. Happy Friday. If you are already a subscriber, already a supporter, thank you. I appreciate you immensely. Those of you who have yet to click the button and become a subscriber, do it once, do it 10 times. I'm asking you to do it today because I have until April 30th to get a $10,000 bonus, cash bonus from Meta, from Facebook. So help me reach that goal and get that, like, literally free money. Like, literally get the free money. I promise I would do it for you. As a matter of fact, I did it for a couple people. So become a subscriber, become a supporter today. Support the amazing work that I do. You can cancel anytime. And if you can't figure out how to cancel, I love y'all, but it ain't rocket science. You figured out how to buy and cancel everything else on your little cell phone. But listen, if you can't figure it out, I will tell you how to do it. Just inbox me, call me, text me, but do it the one time so that I can get the $10,000 bonus. At minimum, do it one time. $4.99. All right, you all. Happy Friday. Go use your power. Use your power intentionally. And when you ask for help, if you're talking to an expert, know that they're seasoned. Just tell them the truth. Tell them the truth, get the help you need. And then when you part ways, whatever it is they told you to do, that's the seasoning that you need to sprinkle. Sprinkle that season so you can get the flavor that you desire. And then after you have it, keep sprinkling it every single day. Renew your mind daily. Transform your mind daily. Like this page, share it, share the video. See you soon, probably tomorrow. Love y'all.